Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, please subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos. And today we'll be discussing something that is very crucial in society at this point. We'll be discussing mental health, especially some mental health starting from our parents to us, and how it's going to affect our future generation, how we can deal with it, and how it's affecting our life overall, from our personal mental health to our relationship, especially with those around us, because our mental health really affects how we interact with each other as human beings. So with me today we have Vinny, Vincent, Vene.
I know.
So we've been friends since campus. It's like, let me just say he's my best friend. We've been friends for 5 years. We started being closer in second year. Tuko tunaenda kusoma pamoja, klabu pamoja. We sat together during graduation.
What wajui klabu ni wapi?
Mtu amesomea UN anajua klabu ni wapi. And then this is my sister. Of course you already know her. And
Gadoni on
you people.
Catherine, we are sorry.
So now another reason I feel like it's very important for us to discuss mental health at this juncture is because of the way coronavirus has brought the world to its knees, and it's really going to affect us. It's really going to test our limits. It's going to test our emotions, our spirituality.
Especially
it's going to test our sanity, by the way. It's something that is not even it's something that doesn't even have signs of going away anytime soon. Plus, from the short experience I've had relating with people overall, because I've lectured part-time. I've lectured part-time for 5 months. I became an instructor to, in short, adult education. So I've had a chance to interact with people in another level, whereby you get to understand what the Kenyan youth is actually going through, because they will come to you with one issue or another, and most of the time when you look at that issue, it is something that has a background from issues at home. So issues at home are the main thing that is really affecting us, especially the youth. So Vinny, what is your take on?
we should also say teenagers as well.
Yeah.
Even
Also
students
teenagers.
in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vinny, what's your take on mental health overall, from kutoka from on an overall perspective?
No, I generally feel like in the Kenyan context, mental health, we are getting to accept or come into terms that mental health is part of us. For many years that has been stereotyped, and while growing up, anyone who's going through any mental issues, we used to say ni mwenda wazimu. And so people never used to take it seriously. But then right now, with so many research that has been done, and the fact that even Kenyans themselves are getting to appreciate, because many a times people think that mental health is something that has been imported, Africans, especially male
we
Africans,
see it as a Western disease, but mental health has been there for such a long time, and people actually are hiding it. And mental health doesn't mean that you are mad. No, you're not mentally ill. You're just fighting with your emotions, fighting to discover yourself. And a lot of mental health right now in the world, especially amongst the young people, it has to do with our childhood traumas that are now reflecting into our adulthood. We are now trying to deal with our childhood traumas.
Our young self.
Yeah, and then something else is, it's we are just children that are trying to become adults. We still haven't fought our traumas kutoka tukiwa wadogo until now. So right now is when you're trying to actually find yourself, give yourself time, And that is how you find that a lot of relationships right now are so toxic. Because you don't understand each other. You already don't understand yourself. You're already trying to deal with your inner battles, and that other person is also trying to deal with their inner battles. So in the end, because you still don't know how to deal with each other, it in turns end up being something toxic.
And then I'd also add with like technology and with like the economic development that we've experienced as a country, because here
Especially
we're talking about
1990s. We have seen everything happen.
Yeah, we are talking from the Kenyan context, because maybe we understand better our country than any other place. So you find that, like, for instance, Nairobi has become a very fast city, and things are just instant, and even for you to digest things, you don't have that time. And so you find that you have these you're racing everything. And also, even for us as young people, like when you graduate from university, and it's not like back in the 70s when you're guaranteed to get a job after like campus. But now there's so many people who have degrees and they've advanced their education, and so it gets
even masters.
And so the pool for employment is getting smaller as people advance, and so that thing really has an effect to our mental health, because I feel like we are confused as to how our future looks like, because right now it's not really guaranteed.
And then also something else, if you have noticed, the worst midlife crisis, they begin from like early mid 20s and late 20s, from age 23 kurudi, like going onwards to 30. That is when like you become tested kabisa. That's when you start feeling like you're failing. You start feeling like it's like up until you're beginning to get in touch with yourself, and then you look around, a lot of people are unemployed, so you start wondering, no, how is this my future?
That's what I'm saying. I think like it doesn't really start from the age of 23.
I'm saying the worst parts of people as in watu kuanza kupata depressing, like kupata.
That's why, okay, let me say, as in what I'm trying to say is, I think also teenagers, like personally I can say like teenagers also in a way, I think inaanza hapo from teenagehood, because that is when you're starting to grow into that young man or a young lady, that is when you're starting to like try to understand yourself, what type of a person are you,
and we watched that on Sex Education.
What kind of character do you want to be, what kind of morals, and then that time you find like, unfortunately, like with our homes, like our parents, unfortunately most are not very you can't go and say, oh, I'm going through this, because itaka like
it's a confusion.
Exactly.
Well, growing
like right now, by the way, our parents, like the 90s children, like right now it's still hard to go to your parents, like kumwambia mom, like dad, niko na stress, atakusasa wewe ni nini like they would understand. And then I think another reason, like our parents also have their own traumas. Let me tell you something. The thing we failed to understand when we were growing up, we had this notion like adults have money, they have it, like they have everything figured out.
Life was
we failed to understand our parents are still figuring themselves out.
They're still figuring their own life.
And they're still trying to, as in, they're stuck in between traditions and westernization in a kick inside.
But parents, as in, I'm glad to say at least like parents they're trying to understand that, there's a parent who can't even say like, I know 1, 2, 3 about my child. Like how many of us can say our parents know like, this is what I like, this is what I'm about. Like none, even our own families, you find like maybe they don't know so much about you, and your friends, they're the ones who know much more about you.
What she's saying, by the way, is true. I remember when she was in high school, I used to go to all her parents' meetings, and I remember the deputy in her school at that time, the peer principal, they used to complain that students are saying their parents don't have time for them.
But then, do you know one thing is that most of our parents have like given that parenting duty to the teachers, and that's why you find that there's so many toxic teachers in Kenya who like portray their toxicity on kids, and so when that kid goes back home, it's just a whole other toxic kid.
And we're not saying that all teachers are
not
bad,
all,
but I am so
course,
sure hakuna Kenyan student mwenye anaweza sema they can't remember that one teacher that used to terrorize them.
If I may, still on the parents and then to the teachers, I feel like our parents, they feel like when I've already provided food, the child is in school, that's it. They don't care about like, okay, as long as they've seen your video and everything, but they don't really care much about my child and what they're going through, or it's not that they don't care. It's not that they don't care. It takes time for them to actually form that relationship. Because like for me, generally speaking, like after I've already told you guys, like for me, my relationship with my mom became better after high school. We became so close, and I think after high school, that's when I felt like I know my mom better. Most of us don't even know our parents that much. But at the same time, I'd like to encourage like young people to be the one to make that first step. Because you can't really wait. Because for me personally, I had to be the one to make that step to be comfortable to like talk to my father or talk to my big sister. Papa, your big sister, your dad.
But then to add on what like you two have said, the thing is we are experiencing generational traumas. So you find our grandparents, they had their own traumas and they passed them to our parents, and our parents have passed them to us.
So it's upon us to break
and one thing,
the cycle.
And one thing I love about being part of this generation, maybe it's because of the circle of friends I have and like people I do like surround myself with, we've taken it upon like to work on. So what I was saying is that you find that what I love about our generation, or what I was saying, I don't know whether it's because of my circle of friends or people that I interact with mostly, you find that people who are in my age bracket, let's say 20 to 30, they've taken it upon to deal with those generational traumas, and they've worked on themselves. There's this thing that, like, because I'm so sure there are so many people who don't have this kind of discussion.
But the mental health is not a discussion that people hold openly.
No.
And it's something that we are still trying to incorporate it into our society. For like right now during coronavirus, I'm seeing states like especially UK, they are very big on mental issues. Some people, homes are not a safe haven for them. So imagine like you have to be at home, and hiyo ni place yenye like you don't feel safe there. So right now they even have like an emergency call number for when you feel like you are going through home what domestic violence. Domestic violence doesn't necessarily mean that husband and wife, even children go through it. Also something else, because I know a lot of us out there, we are going through one battle or another within ourselves. I want to take you back to something. There's something you told me to watch on YouTube. It's something motivational. Like when you're in your teenagehood, there's a time ulikuwa na mashida, like you had so many problems and you'll feel like no, it's the end of the world. My world has come to an end. And then you get to your early mid-20s, late 20s, and you try to think about that problem and you'll unaona ni kubwa sana, and it's actually you actually find it funny, and you even discuss it with your friend. Mnacheka like, what was my problem back then? And then right now ndo hao sisi again. But right now we are dealing with crisis in our 20s. Someone in our 40s, mtu mwenye in their 40s atakwambia, by the way, do you know what you are going through right now won't even matter when you're in your 40s. Because when you, but then there's a reason why they say life begins at 40. Yeah,
but
it begins at 40.
Point, I kinda like agree and disagree.
Do you know what? Time. Let me finish. when you get to your 40s, zile vitu zinakustress saizi. Like, let's say if it's a relationship that is stressing you right now, by the time you're in your 40s, the person that is stressing you right now, hata kuwa significant, you'll have already found your true love. You have a family together. Kama ni gari, let's say, like for men mostly, they want to like get a certain car, they want to jenga nyumba at a certain age and blah blah blah. By that time you'll have maybe accomplished more than that. Na hii gari yenye inakusumbua akili saa hizi, by that time hata itakuwa an old model. Maybe hata sasa you'll be owning something better. Ile job inakusumbua, who knows, maybe utakuwa a boss by the time you are 40. A lot can change.
I think our preferences as human beings change and they evolve.
And I think the main problem is we feel like there's actually you don't feel, there's an imaginary timeline whereby you get pressure at a certain point. Lazima ukuwe umefanya hivi. Like mostly for women, their main pressure from the age of 25. You feel the pressure like you need to be married, settled down with children. For men, you feel like uko na pressure ya career, like upate do, like ukwe na kwako, ukwe na gari, ujenge, like we feel like there's a time frame, but when you're working with this time frame, that is the main contributor of all these issues that are going around with this age group here, 90s. What were 90s sana.
But maybe it was there also.
Yeah, but then different context.
Yeah, but for me, I feel like the best way to approach life, because nana kwangu, I wouldn't say like, for me, I never like to say one person is going through something more than the other person. Even a 9-year-old child, Kenyan undergo, maybe it's something so big to that child. And a 90-something or a 30-something person, it's big to you at that stage and period. So even if as a teenager you felt like that was big, probably somehow, maybe it will still be big now, we don't know. But I feel like people should just learn to have this perspective. I feel like perspective is a very important thing.
I also feel another problem with the reason why we are dealing with so much emotion at this time. We want to forgive others, but you can't forgive others until you forgive yourself. Because you have to forgive yourself for allowing yourself to go through all that. You wouldn't have gone through it if you didn't allow it to happen. So we become so tough on ourselves.
Blaming ourselves.
Yeah, you blame yourself so much. And then at this generation, at this point, you feel like you have to be there all the time for people. To a point that you forget yourself, you neglect yourself, you forget that you also need your own time with your own self. And you know the main problem. Because you expect someone else to give you that time that you're not giving
and that
yourself.
Happiness you're looking for. That gap you have inside.
When you want someone, when you're trying to get someone to fill that void, they won't feel it the way you're going to feel it. So now you end up getting conflicted.
That's why you need to love yourself first.
Yeah.
Before you love someone else.
Personally, like from my own experience, I can definitely say like by the time like, especially I feel like teenagehood is when I was going through a lot. So that time, like during teenagehood and after teenagehood, that was a time I used to feel like what is it called? I don't have, like I was missing something, and I used to do crazy things. I don't know, trying to find something until I came to realize like all along it was not like in other, like going outside or something like that. I just had to sit with myself and see what is that gap that I have that I'm really trying to feel, or like why am I running from certain situations, and I had to look within.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like personally when I started, okay, I have so many traumas. but like since the time I started like working on them and like got into this personal journey of my own well-being, I can say there's so many positive things that have happened in my own life, including the kind of people that have attracted into my life. And you find that kitambo, I used to like, birds of a feather flock together. And you find that you just be attracting these kind of
certain
these kind of people. And the other thing is that I also took up like putting myself first. Mi najipenda. Mimi
kuna kitu vile anapenda kurudia, mi najipenda.
Kaka kuna kitu napenda kurudia, peace of mind.
Exactly. Yeah, ujue kama msee anakamkwako. Msee kana kamkwako na like hakupea your priority. Like unafona jipea priority.
Yeah.
In everything. Like ka utaki kitu, usifanye kitu ati ndio unabamba msee, you know?
Yeah.
So I think I can say like people need to learn how to love themselves, and that's one thing. It's I think it's the first step towards healing.
I think the problem is when you lack that affection from a younger age, it's gonna be hard. It's going to be hard. But it's a huge battle.
Yeah,
it's a huge battle.
It's something I've battled with too.
But I like the way people now like right now you see like the mental health conversation, it's getting accepted, and people like are not afraid to come and speak out, ask for help. Like you just go to the root of the problem. What you can change, you change. If you can't change it, you just deal with the way you accept that situation.
What is your final input on Ama, what is your final thought on this whole issue of mental health in Kenya?
I just think people need to be like kind to themselves, and they should be open, because me personally it's taken me like a lot. I never used to be an open person, but then finding people you're comfortable with, because you've seen how suicidal rates have increased in this country, and it's something we never used to experience. And my fellow like men, especially, because that's where, you know,
highest rates of suicide in Kenya right now, men.
Because we have this thing that society that
men have
toxic masculinity.
Yeah, but it is toxic masculinity.
That mwanaume ni kujikaza. Men, there's nothing like that. You need to be
express your emotions.
Yeah, you're human too.
You're a human too, and human beings are emotional. Yeah. So you need to
emotional being.
Yeah, you should. I just urge men, like, have safe spaces where you speak out things.
Yeah.
When I feel low, honestly, I do like express it to
like
people
a therapy of group of friends,
or even people I trust.
Yeah,
so that's what I'd say. Like, be kind to yourself by talking about stuff that you're going through. Next.
Okay.
So Catherine, how do you feel about what is your final input on mental health?
Segment them. First and foremost is that I feel like people should really go back, sit down, as cliche as it may sound, look within. Because the answer actually, it's always within. Unaezona mtoto wako like, now you're getting rebellious. Because there's a time in my life like I was rebellious or something like that. But the issue is always something within. So one, look within. Whether it's your past, your current, like just go ahead and sort it out. And do what you can. And make sure that you have your mind. Now this is my second point, your mind. If there's something I've learned to protect with age, is my peace of mind. Make sure that your mind is at a good place, you're okay with your past and everything, your current, and also your view towards life, your positivity. It's also important, the kind of people you keep around you.
This is a Japanese proverb that says, show me your friend and I'll tell you. And there's this guy who said, by the way, show me your friends and I'll tell you your future.
Because for me, like, for people I used to hang around with, I don't hang with them right now. Not because, I wouldn't say someone was bad or something, because probably I was also bad, but it's because I'm at a different point in my life. And I'd like to urge, like, even us when we become parents, older people, like, we take care of each other, our families, and teachers. I have a feeling teachers, like, they focus so much on education, they don't focus on the mental side of these kids. Like you're told, we want you to be an all-rounded student, this and this, but when you speak out, it's an issue. When you want to
but if you remember, there's a time on news, there was students these stage students were committing suicide in high school in Kenya.
I feel like as much, because teachers also spend a time with kids, so parents to do their part, and also teachers to, like, instead of always, I feel like the world judges a lot, and we lack people who like want to sit down with you and see like what is up, why are you doing this and all that, and try to see the root of something.
Okay, so for me, I will say like the same thing, just going within yourself. But first of all, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for allowing yourself to go through all that.
But how do you forgive yourself?
You can forgive yourself. Imagine, take the time, learn yourself. But then, you know, at some point you just sit down, and at some point you feel like you don't even really know yourself. That is how people start feeling lost. When you feel like you feel lost, it's because you are not being in sync with yourself. You have to forgive yourself first, so that before you forgive anyone else, you have to find that forgiveness within yourself, because you allowed yourself to go through all that. And sometimes we take such a long time.
But I feel
We
like
take such a long time
yeah.
to just forgive ourselves for everything that we have gone through. Like for me, there's something I've been going through for like almost 6 to 7 years right now, and it has taken such a long time for me to actually say like, this is enough, I have to deal with it. You see, it takes such a long time.
You're not moving
backwards. You have to keep moving
thing,
forward.
You are getting there.
Yeah, and I want you to know that also, whatever it is that you're going through right now, it may seem like it doesn't have an end, like it's the end of the world. You feel lost, you feel lost so much, but everything has an end. You just have to find it within yourself. Also, find someone that you can talk to. Atakamani, someone that you feel you trust, because by the trust is such a huge issue right now. You just can't go around as in ukiambia everyone what you're going through. Just find that backbone. Who can you really trust? Speak to them. Also during this time, because it's gonna be a trying time for everyone. Take some time. Atakama it's 2 minutes. Text someone, call them, ask them how they are doing. Send them love and positive energy, because people are going to need it. People are going to need it, especially with the way every day ukiamka cases zinaongezeka. It doesn't even seem like it's going down. You see. So for me, I feel Kenya tukifika on a total lockdown, it's going to be such a trying time for people.
Yeah, and then I also feel like we also need to remember those families, especially in Nairobi, that are finding it hard to be in the same space and function as.
There are some families right now, like it's a hectic house, and others like right now they are struggling. Like, Sasa, what will we eat? You know, like there are people say this is like. They don't know if tomorrow they'll be there, because probably they don't even
there
have.
There are people who live hand to mouth. So, we need to remember those during this trying time.
Check up on your friends. That's all I can say. Check up on people, because it's going to test our sanity.
And where you can help you.
But
then,
right now, but at our news, people keep on. But then says it news. A lot of people emphasize it. Help each other out. But then this is time to help your neighbors.
I feel like this is the time when you prove your
communism. I feel like we are going back to communism.
I feel like this corona, like this period of corona, at the same time it will like people can come out of it better.
Stronger.
You take this time to mend the things that
But then, like for families, let me tell you something, guys. So, statistics in China, like after quarantine, near lockdown, there was very high rates of divorce in China. And I think if Kenya actually goes on a lockdown, this is time for people to speak with their mothers, their fathers, their spouses, as in this is time to open up. Come by. But it's time to mend this whole thing.
Me actually personally for me, this is a time, even governments, as in yes, we may concentrate na corona, but I feel like this is a time here, they can take a time to look at other things. Like the environment, say the environment is cleaner, they can come up with reforms, like after this virus, moving forward, we can do this and this for our environment.
But this coronavirus is gonna help the medical structure in Kenya.
True.
It was so bad.
I don't know. I'm just hoping so. I hope so because right now,
at least right now they see the importance of take care what is here. There's no way you can start like unaenda kuangalia taking care of sijui nini outside no jatengeneza nyumba.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Guys, before we go political.
But that's gonna be a topic.
No, let
it's
me
really
finish.
hard.
Let me say because right now a politician who didn't like build a hospital in their constitution, they are going to the same public hospital they ran away from. So,
but you know they can also go to private ones.
But then still, it can't handle all the politicians that we have in the country.
Take care of what is home.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone to the political.
Yeah, let's not go there.
In short, the government needs to make Kenya a home for everyone.
Exactly. Yeah. Mental health too is also going to be like COVID is going also to test our mental health really. And
but then let me tell you something. I also feel another reason that I've been lacking sleep was me. This coronavirus is giving me sleepless nights. Because every time nalala ukilala, you don't even feel comfortable sleeping because you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to even have a home kesho. Like it's hard. It's hard.
Even making 100 shillings, it's a lot of work.
Especially when hakuna kuenda kazi. By the way, this coronavirus is going to test us very bad.
Just in case if we got a total lockdown, that's when things.
No, not sure they have already started.
Unajua si kila mtu atakuwa na hiyo pesa ya kwenda kununua stock up na sitini.
Thanks for having us in your channel.
My channel.
Yeah, your channel.
So guys, thanks for watching. I hope someone out there, hata kama ni watu wawili, it's still going to make a difference. I hope someone has learned something.
Stay safe.
And if you feel like there's something we have not mentioned, please leave a comment down below. Let's make this a discussion. Let's make mental health a discussion. Let's bring it out here because it is very important. Very important.
And I think people too could share what they normally do for their own sanity.
You can also share ideas
like
on how. But then, for instance, before we end it, what do you do when you feel like I am at my breaking point now?
Sometimes I just like let myself feel what I'm feeling, and then I really enjoy like listening to music. So I normally keep myself distracted by listening to music, sleeping.
Something else. Stress affects people differently. For him, when he's stressed, he sleeps. Mimi sinango singizi like this week. Umeona hii wiki even nimekuwa. Like I can't even sleep. I sleep at 6 a.m. Like today I slept at 8:30 a.m. Who sleeps at 8:30? Which means in a week I don't sleep for at least 2 days or 3 days. Imagine. I'm so stressed.
And then the other, what do you normally do for your own mental wellness? Because I've also been trying to.
Okay, right now I've really been trying to. I think for me quotes really help me. I find quotes that are relating to my current problem, and then sometimes when like in kumekuwa kubaya, like I just speak to my sister. I know even if she's young, she's going to give me advice too much and I take from it. Also, I also try to seclude myself, to just give myself that time to actually feel everything, to understand everything. Like right now, I am no longer on WhatsApp or Instagram because I'm taking that time. You know, when you're taking the time to heal yourself, the time to actually understand yourself and deal with everything that is going on within you, you're going to lose people during the way. But do you know what? The right ones will stay.
They do. They actually do. You find like actually like in life the people we had then and now.
Also guys, so that we can end this one is working from home. He has to go back to his calls where you have assignments, you're going to send them. So something else, this is the final thing. Your brain is very dangerous. Take care of what you feed your brain. Your brain is a computer. whatever you feed it, it's going to it's going to record everything.
Don't
So
consume
whatever
too much
you
stuff.
consume, whatever you watch, whatever you are listening to,
Or read.
whatever you are thinking, consider your thoughts. Your thoughts are bad. Whatever you are reading, be careful of what you are letting your brain consume, because let me tell you something, the things we read, they program our brains in a certain way. So make sure you're feeding positive, productive, and just good things. Your brain can actually ruin a lot of things. Feed yourself with feed your brain with the right thing, because if you don't program your brain, it's going to program you. So guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Or click the subscribe button down below.
Yeah, subscribe. Kindly subscribe, like, support her.
Yeah, and take care of yourselves and call your friends and your families. Check up on each other.
Be good in and out.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.